Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are focusing on something pretty amazing, Europe's ambitious space program.
Cool, right?
I know. We've got articles, reports, all about the European Space Agency,
The ESA.
exactly, the ESA, and their latest initiative, this IRIS.
Ah,
So
yes.
we'll really get to explore, what the ESA does, the significance of this new project, what it all means for Europe going forward, in space.
Yeah, and I think it's particularly interesting because, the ESA often sort of flies under the radar compared to like the giants like NASA and whatnot,
Right.
but they're doing some really groundbreaking work.
I was super surprised to learn just how much they do beyond launching rockets. It's not just about blasting off into space.
Not at all.
Way more than that.
Yeah, it's all about collaboration, really.
Okay.
So they bring together 22 European member states
Wow.
and even some associate members and international partners to really pool resources and expertise
Mm.
and allows them to tackle these projects that would be impossible for any single country to handle.
So it's like this massive space-themed team effort. I
Exactly.
love it.
Yeah. And, this collaborative approach has been really at the heart of their success since the beginning, since their founding in 1975.
Okay.
And it's, kind of a basic concept, but the more brilliant minds you have working together,
Yeah.
the further you can push the boundaries
Makes sense to me.
of space exploration.
So what kind of groundbreaking projects are we talking here?
Well, they're involved in a wide range of activities, from exploring Mars
Uh,
to developing these cutting-edge technologies that benefit us right here on Earth.
oh, cool.
So they're responsible for things like Galileo, which
Okay.
is Europe's global navigation satellite system,
Uh-huh.
and Copernicus, which monitors our planet's environment and security.
I mean, it's amazing how much these space programs have just become such a part of our daily lives.
Absolutely.
We use GPS for everything. We rely on weather forecasting
That's true.
and even benefit from Earth observation data, without even really realizing it.
Yeah, without even thinking about
But
it.
just there.
It's there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely. And, the ESA's latest initiative, IRIS, really promises to take this integration even further.
IRIS, now, this is what really caught my eye in all of this.
Yeah.
It stands for Infrastructure for Resilience, Interconnectivity, and Security by Satellite.
It's a mouthful,
It is a mouthful.
but it's a cool name.
It's pretty cool, and it's essentially, Europe's plan for a secure space network, right?
That's it in a nutshell, yeah.
So break it down for me a little bit more.
Yeah, so we're talking about a constellation of roughly 300 satellites in low and medium Earth orbit.
300. That's a lot.
It is. It's a lot, all working together to provide secure and incredibly fast communication.
Okay, so why not just use thousands of satellites? I mean, we hear about some of these other constellations that have thousands and thousands.
Yeah, and that's where the ingenuity of IRIS comes in by strategically positioning these satellites in both low and medium Earth orbit.
Right.
They can achieve this constant global coverage
Right.
with fewer satellites. It's kind of like,
So it's more efficient.
it is. It's about efficiency. It's smart design.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, so imagine like a perfectly choreographed dance with each satellite playing a specific role to ensure that seamless communication.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got this constant connectivity, but what exactly makes IRIS so important? Why is this such a priority for Europe?
Well, I mean, in today's world, information is power, right?
Yeah.
And secure communication is paramount,
Especially for governments, I would imagine.
especially for governments. Yeah. And so IRSA is going to allow Europe to have more autonomy and resilience in this complex geopolitical landscape. They won't have to rely on other countries for that critical communication infrastructure.
It's about maintaining their own independence and security in a world where things change so quickly. Okay, that makes sense.
But IRIS is much more than just government communication.
Okay, tell me more about that.
It's also designed to offer these high-end commercial services that could have a huge impact on businesses and citizens all across Europe.
This is what I thought was so interesting. The potential applications are huge.
Yeah.
What kind of impact are we talking about?
Potentially, a world with faster internet speeds,
Even in really remote areas.
even in remote areas. Yeah.
Wow.
That's transformative for, education, healthcare, economic development.
Yeah, for sure.
Increased data security, can make online transactions safer, boost all these digital services.
It's not just about staying connected.
No.
It's about security. It's about trust, in the digital world.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
We haven't even talked about advancements in telemedicine,
Okay.
where doctors can consult with patients and monitor their health remotely.
That's incredible. And this is all possible because of the secure and fast communication IRS is designed to provide.
Exactly. Think of it like this. GPS started as a military tool,
Right.
but now we use it for everything,
Yeah.
from navigating traffic to finding the nearest coffee shop.
Oh, totally.
So IRC has that same potential
Wow.
to be just as transformative, revolutionizing the way we live, work, and interact with the world around us.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's a lot to consider. So this is a huge project, right? I mean, with this many satellites,
Yeah.
a secure network, it seems like it would take a lot of commitment from Europe.
You're absolutely right. It carries a total cost of $10.6 billion
Wow.
shared between the EU, ESA, and the private sector.
Wow. And it's scheduled for launch in 2029.
That's right.
Okay, so we've got several years to go still.
Yeah. Still a lot of work to be done.
It's a lot of work, but it really highlights how important this is, I mean, for Europe.
Yeah, for long.
And I imagine it's not just about the technology, but also about the people involved and the potential impact on the whole European space industry.
Absolutely. You're spot on. And I think what really struck me when I was looking at this, all these source materials
Okay.
were the quotes from various leaders involved in this, from ESA and the European Commission to all the private companies involved.
Yes. I noticed that too. Like the quotes really jumped out at me.
Yeah, there's this shared sense of enthusiasm and ambition for the project.
What kind of themes were you noticing?
A definite emphasis on collaboration and innovation,
Okay.
and a lot of talk about creating jobs and opportunities within the European space sector.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they really see IRS sauce as this catalyst for growth and technological advancement.
So it's not just about building a network in space,
No.
but it's also about building a stronger, more innovative Europe
Absolutely.
here on Earth.
Yeah, it's a powerful symbol of European ambition.
Yeah.
And a testament to what we can achieve when nations come together with this shared vision.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we've got this amazing collaborative effort
Yeah.
driving the ESA, and now they're taking on this really ambitious project. Uh-huh.
With the potential to really reshape how we connect and communicate. I mean, it's pretty exciting stuff.
It is, and we've only just scratched the surface. There's a lot more to explore about Iris Retorni, its potential impact, the challenges it faces.
Okay, I am ready. Let's dive deeper. So we were talking about IRSWINT and, what kind of impact it could have on everyday people like you and me.
Right, it's not just for, governments to talk to each other. So.
Exactly.
No, think about it. GPS started as a military tool,
Right? Right.
but now we use it for everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
IRSWINT has that same potential
Okay.
to just become like a game changer in our everyday lives.
So what are we talking about here? What kind of concrete, changes?
Well, imagine a world where even the most remote areas
Okay.
have access to high-speed internet.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's transformative.
Yeah, it really is.
For education, for healthcare, even for economic development.
Yeah, I mean, internet access is still a huge barrier for a lot of people.
Huge, huge barrier. So that would be amazing.
And then you think about, kind of the financial side of things.
Okay.
With Iris enhanced data security,
Mm-hmm.
online transactions are safer,
Right.
digital services become more reliable. That could be a huge boost for businesses, for the economy in general.
So it's not just staying connected. It's about safety and security and trust,
precisely.
in the digital world. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
huge. Okay.
And then we haven't even touched on, advancements in fields like telemedicine.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that a little bit before.
Yeah. So doctors could consult with patients,
Right.
monitor their health remotely,
No matter where they are.
no matter where they are.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then other applications like remote sensing.
Oh, okay.
Scientists could gather this crucial environmental data in real time,
Wow.
allowing for better monitoring of, climate change and natural disasters. Now that you mentioned climate change, I do have to wonder about, adding hundreds more satellites up into orbit.
Yeah.
Isn't space debris kind of a growing concern?
It's a great question
Yeah.
and a valid concern.
Okay.
The ESA is very aware of the risks
Okay. Yeah.
associated with space debris, and they're taking steps to mitigate them.
What kind of steps?
Well, for one, they're designing these satellites with end-of-life disposal plans.
Right.
So that means they'll be safely deorbited
Okay.
to prevent them from becoming space junk.
Gotcha.
And they're also actively researching, technologies to track and remove existing debris.
So they're being responsible about it.
Yeah, they're trying to be very responsible, very forward-thinking.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
I imagine that building, this secure space network comes with other challenges too,
of course.
like cyber attacks. I mean, that's a constant threat these days.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Cybersecurity is a top priority
Yeah?
for Ira State, so they're working to make this network as resilient as possible,
Uh-huh.
incorporating cutting-edge security protocols, collaborating with all the leading cybersecurity experts.
So they're really thinking about the big picture, not just the technology itself,
Yeah,
but like all the potential problems and how to fix them.
exactly, and it all comes back to like this collaborative spirit that defines the ESA,
Right.
They're not just building a network, they're building partnerships.
I like that.
They're fostering a culture of innovation.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And that seems to be what really sets ESA apart. Like, it's not just about individual nations competing with each other.
Right.
It's about working together to kind of push the boundaries of space exploration.
For the benefit of everyone.
Yeah, for everyone. Exactly.
Absolutely, and that extends, beyond Europe.
Okay.
Remember, they have partnerships with countries all over the world.
Oh, that's right.
So it really is a global effort.
It's inspiring to see what can be accomplished, when people from different countries, different backgrounds, all come together to work on something. Yeah, and, we often hear about competition in the space sector,
Right, yeah.
but this is different.
This feels different.
It does feel different, yeah.
Like the ESA's focus is really on cooperation, shared goals, rather than trying to outdo other space agencies.
Right.
It's about advancing, our collective understanding of space.
It's nice to hear that.
And how it can benefit humanity.
I like that, but, we do have to be realistic.
Sure.
A project of this scale, there's got to be some economic considerations.
Of course.
These can't be cheap.
It's not cheap, no, but the investment in IRA goes beyond just, the financial returns.
Okay, how so?
Well, I mean, think about the potential for job creation, not just in these, highly specialized fields like, aerospace engineering,
Right.
but also all these supporting industries, manufacturing, software development, data analysis.
So it's like it has this ripple effect,
It's like it's
It
your
can
own.
boost different parts of the economy.
Exactly. And it's not just about existing industries either.
Oh, okay.
IRAs could lead to the creation of entirely new industries and markets that we can't even imagine yet.
Wow, that's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, we're used to seeing how space technology impacts our daily lives, but this feels like a whole new level.
It is. And it's important to remember that IRIS is still in its early stages.
Right.
So we're likely to see, even more innovative applications and spin-offs as the project develops.
That's exciting. It's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the technology, the benefits, the challenges, the overall vision behind Iris.
Right.
But I think it's time to maybe shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and talk about what this all means for Europe's role, in the future of space exploration.
I agree. Let's delve into that.
So we've been talking all about Iris and how it fits into this bigger picture of Europe's ambitions in space.
Right.
So what does this all mean for Europe moving forward, in space exploration?
Well, I think it's clear that, Europe is really aiming for a leadership role
Right.
in the future of space exploration and technology.
Okay.
And IRS is a, key component of that strategy.
What makes you say that? I mean, other countries, they have their own space programs, their own ambitions.
Right. But it's not just about having a space program. It's about the approach.
Okay.
The ESA's emphasis on collaboration, innovation, and sustainability really sets them apart.
Okay.
They're not just trying to,
Be the first.
be the first, be the biggest.
Yeah, right.
They're focused on building something that benefits everyone.
So it's not about planting a flag on the moon or something.
Right.
It's about having a lasting impact.
Exactly. And IRS really embodies that philosophy.
Okay.
It's a project with the potential to improve lives, foster economic growth, and advance scientific understanding, not just for Europe, but for the whole world.
It's almost like a shift in perspective,
Yeah.
From viewing space as this frontier to conquer
Right.
to seeing it as a platform for collaboration and innovation.
I think that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And it's a perspective that resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
There's this growing awareness of how interconnected our world is.
Right.
And that extends to space as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes you realize that space exploration is something that can transcend borders
Yeah.
and unite us all in this common goal.
That's excellent.
It's about pushing the limits of what we can do and discovering what's out there, but together.
And it's about using that knowledge
Right.
to improve life here on Earth.
Yeah.
Whether it's through, advancements in communication, navigation, Earth observation,
Yeah.
or even like fields we haven't even thought of yet.
So where does Europe go from here? What's next after IRS?
Well, there's a lot on the horizon for European space exploration.
Okay.
They're going to continue to invest in cutting-edge research, developing new technologies, expanding partnerships with other nations.
Are there any specific, projects or areas that you're particularly excited about?
Well, one area that I think is particularly fascinating is the exploration of the Moon and Mars.
Oh, wow.
The ESA is actively involved in missions to both,
That's awesome.
working to understand their origins, search for signs of past life,
Wow.
and even, pave the way for future human settlements.
Settlements on other planets? I mean, that sounds like sci-fi, but it could actually happen
It's definitely a possibility.
on our lifetime.
Yeah, and it's not just about, escaping Earth. It's about expanding our understanding of the universe
Yeah.
and our place within it.
It's a pretty big thought.
It
Makes
is.
you realize how much we still don't know.
Right, and that sense of wonder and exploration is what drives us forward.
Absolutely.
Just like the ESA, we should always be pushing boundaries, asking questions, seeking new knowledge.
I love that, and I think that's a great note to end on.
Yeah,
We've covered so much in this deep dive.
we have.
From the collaborative spirit of the ESA to this ambitious vision behind Iris
Right.
and what it all means for Europe and, the future of space exploration.
Absolutely. It's been a fascinating journey.
It really has.
And remember, the conversation doesn't end here.
Yeah, for sure.
We encourage you to keep exploring, keep learning, and keep looking up at the stars with a sense of wonder.
I love it. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to make the next groundbreaking discovery.
You never know.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.